The secret to a really good side hustle when you're 40, 50, 60 and over comes down to two words: recurring revenue. And here are my three favorite recurring revenue models as we're getting a little bit older. Plus, you know what? If you stick around, stick around to the end, I'll give you a fourth one. I'll give you a little bonus because I'm feeling bonusy today. Okay, so recurring revenue really is the holy grail for digital lifestyle marketing. I discovered this back in the late 90s. I was selling one-off products to strength and conditioning coaches, and I was selling resistance bands and videos, yes, actual VHS speed training tapes, doing one-off coaching. And then in 2000 and 2001, I took these articles and content I've been writing and put it behind a paywall, and it became a membership site. And it was, I think, $6 or $8 a month. But almost overnight, I went from inconsistent kind of one day I could do a couple $100 in sales, the next day nothing, the next day 500 in sales, to thousands and thousands of dollars a month. And actually the first month was $12,000 a month, which was crazy because I was a full-time gym teacher and it was like double my income at the time. So anyway, that was when, and that was around 2001, I discovered the power of recurring revenue. Yeah, it's really cool to sell, you know, a $30 digital product, a digital book, a little mini course. However, you could sell 1,000 of them, right? You could sell 1,000 $30 products this month, which is a lot, right? $30,000 in products. However, next month, the first day of the month, you're back at zero. It's like the old Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? And if you're not creating, you know, products over and over and getting new sales over and over again, you start back at zero. But let's flip it. Let's say you had 1,000 people paying you $29 or $30 a month for ongoing content or ongoing information or products. Now you have 30,000 a month on day one, pretty much guaranteed. Yes, there's going to be churn and there's going to be drop off, but there's a much greater chance of people, you know, that consistent cash flow coming in. So enough of my rambling. That's why we like recurring revenue. That really is like the dream. That's where we want to get to eventually. Here are three ways, plus a little bonus at the end. Number one, and this is traditional, this is kind of old school online marketing stuff. It's a membership site. It's taking your content and your information and basically putting it behind a paywall. And there's the content, here's articles, here's videos, here's all this training, here's all these cool things I'm offering. Maybe you update it a couple times a week, maybe it's once a week, maybe it's once a month. And often, not always, but often, there's a community aspect to it. There's a forum, there's some people now use a Facebook group or they use something built in like Circle or Kajabi. There's lots of different ways to do it. You don't necessarily have to do a community group, but you can. So my first one was for strength and conditioning coaches, and there was articles, and it wasn't videos because in 2000 you really couldn't do online videos. It was like dial-up AOL stuff, but it was a lot of articles, and there was a community and a forum, and we had thousands of members. So that was a big community, and those work well in kind of like-minded communities, often industries, right? Hey, we are an industry of, you know, HVAC pros, and here's everything you need to build your HVAC business, or people enthusiasts, or maybe it's like obsessive baseball card collectors, and it's a community of them. So that's the first model. It's a membership site. There's some pros and there's some cons, right? You're kind of locked in, and sometimes it's no longer about the sheer amount of content. Back when I got started, the content wasn't as readily available, so it was like fire hose. Now it's often about less. It's more about curation. It's more about, instead of here's 5,000 new hours of video, it's, hey, we went through 5,000 hours of video. Here's the best hour. It's going to save you time and help you achieve your goal and whatever it is you want to do in this membership. So that's number one. And in an upcoming video, I'll talk about pricing and how to tweak it so it doesn't feel overwhelming. And if you're interested in this, by the way, just type repeatable below. And I'm going to work on a new report, a new video, just all about creating this recurring revenue and the right way to do it, especially now and moving forward in the world of like less is more. That's model number one. Model number two, it's kind of a piggyback off this. It's forgetting the content and focusing more on the other C, which is coaching, which is, okay, we're not going to give you lots of content. It's not going to be about all of this, here's checklists and all that. It's coaching. You are going to have access to the expert, to the guru. So if you have an expertise in a very narrow, niched thing, so you teach people how to, I don't know, sell at farmers markets, and that's your jam, and you're good at it, and you got a really nice side gig, and you've been doing it for 20 years, and your coaching group is all about, I'm going to show you how to do it. And every week we're going to come on, I'm going to come on live. Maybe it's simple, maybe it's just on Zoom, and you're just going to answer their questions. And this could be higher value, depending on the market. That could be $30, $50, $100, $200, $500 a month. If you're talking about CEOs running major corporations, that could be $5,000 a month. I have a client who was just at an event, and they did a big pitch. It was $100,000 coaching group. Yeah, crazy. So that's a second recurring revenue model. And for some people, they really like that. Like, I just want something simple. I want to come on once a week. You ask me your questions. Bada bing, bada boom. See ya. Okay. Number 3 is a physical product. So this is more subscription model. And the most recent business I sold, my Rewind Nutrition Greens, most of our customers and clients were on subscription. So they would spend $40, $50 a month, and they would get a new pouch of greens. So sometimes these subscriptions can be for convenience, so they don't have to worry about reordering, and there's a savings built in, or maybe it's free shipping. It works well with supplements. It works things where there's a replenishment. There's a lot of businesses, they're not quite as popular as they were a few years ago when they seemed to reach their peak, but subscription boxes where it could be samples, and every month it's a little surprise, or it's a box for a certain market, and you're going to get, a t-shirt, a pencil, Lego set, whatever it's going to be, all this stuff kind of built in. You just have to be careful with your COGS, your cost of goods, because that will eat into your margin, and shipping is expensive, and fulfillment, you have to know every single cost. Again, I'm going to be breaking this stuff down, write repeatable below, and I'll fill you in on all the details of this stuff, because there's a lot. When I did one of my nutrition products, I was like, oh my God, I'm kicking butt. Look, I'm getting 200 new customers a day, until I actually looked, and our raw ingredients went up, and the price of protein doubled, and our shipping costs and our fulfillment costs went up, and all of a sudden I was losing 30 cents a bar. I'm like, yeah, that's not a good business model. So you got to know your numbers if you're doing anything physical. You really have to be super conservative with that. Here's my bonus. Ready? My bonus, which I love, and it's making a strong comeback. It's the idea of a premium newsletter, not necessarily physical. Physical newsletters still do work, but a digital newsletter, either delivered through a PDF, a monthly PDF file, or just online as email. You can actually say, hey, it's $20 a month or $30 a month for this newsletter. Again, thinking about memberships, the idea of less is more. This isn't about giving them 4,000 page newsletter. And if you hear a dog barking, our neighbor's dog, that means it's true. The dog is excited. The dog loves this idea of a premium newsletter. I actually just packaged up 3 different newsletters with an audio coaching program in one. And it really is the art of creating a no-brainer. If you're interested in it, again, write repeatable, I'll send you a link, and we're going to have some fun. But those are 3 ideas: a membership site, a coaching group, some type of physical product delivered every month on auto ship, right? And a little bonus of a newsletter, which I really like. I'm very bullish on newsletters when done correctly. There has to be a real reason why people are going to join and why they're going to stick around. And if you like this, check out this next video, because there's so much more to come, especially if you want more about recurring revenue. This is my jam. This is my wheelhouse. This is how I built most of my wealth, is through recurring revenue, and I love talking about it. So if you want to hear more about it, couple things, write repeatable, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.